Hey there and welcome to a new Rimworld series. We are going to be trying out naked brutality, and we're not very, we haven't played the game a lot, right? So we don't have a lot of knowledge along the game. I have played over 100 hours, but generally that is of messing about in multiplayer with other people, you know, and friends and whatnot. I've never really gotten too deep into a playthrough, so this will be interesting. Now, we are going to be using the prepare carefully, and we'll probably start with one pawn that will have not burning passions, but passions in everything, but with no skills, and we'll go from there. Also, if you guys do want to skip straight to the gameplay, I will put a timestamp down below in the description, so that way then you can just jump straight through to the gameplay. But we are going to be starting today on Naked Brutality, and even though we are pretty new to the game, I think Blood and Dust is not too bad. Experienced players who want to struggle to survive. Now, I would go losing is fun or make a custom one, but with me not actually really knowing how to play the game, like when it gets pretty deep, I know about kill boxes somewhat and building. I've never really messed with Randy Random before, so it'll be interesting for me. We're also gonna be having commitment mode. So actually, we'll have it on reload anytime, but we are not going to be reloading any saves. So if we do get killed or we lose people, we will continue. But obviously, the reason why I want to do reload anytime is just basically down to the simple fact that if any sort of crashes happen or any bugs, we don't lose the game save file. Now, we will have it at about 50% globe coverage, just so there's a lot less space. Obviously we will not be trekking across the other side of the world either way to grab the shuttle. Now I know that the shuttle happens. We'll randomize it and just put camel. There we go, man. We'll go camel, have everything normal, and then we'll generate. As you can see, we are only going to be running royalty in the core game, just because I haven't purchased the ideology. But depending on how this goes, and if we start playing the game a lot more and more frequently, I may end up buying the ideology DLC and seeing how that is. As you can see, we're going to be going with this tile right here, because not only are we going to be close to the road to be able to travel to other settlements, to be able to do any form of trading, we are also getting year-round, getting marble for beautiful sculptures, granite, because I've heard that that is one of the toughest materials to use in the game, and sandstone, which is pretty decent as well. 100% berries as well, which is great. As we can see here, we've ended up going with the medieval slave, just because obviously it gives 2 to construction, 2 to mining, 2 to plants. We're going to be starting with no actual skills, all passions, just so that way then it's a bit easier for him to learn and level up specific skills if need be. No traits, no health conditions, or incapable of anything, just to make him like an average person, right? We don't want him to be getting any buffs to make things easier for us, and we don't really want to be basically hindering ourselves. So this is what we're going to be doing. Philip Cocoa Nut. Let's get started. So as we get in here, we're going to zoom out here, and we can see that we've got like a pocket here that we can end up using. There's this little bit. I don't feel like that's going to be really decent, but for the most, we don't really have any great coves, right? That one might be a decent one up here. Just close off here, close off here, close off here. In the long run, obviously we could just use this little bit, dig out the steel and compacted steel. We have some ruins over here that we can use if we are going to start over here. Besides that, I don't think there's anything too crazy. We don't have any crazy strong coves. We could like just cut across here and we could start building in this little section here, you know, to begin with. So I think that's what we're going to do to begin with. Maybe, you know, forage some plants and whatnot. The first thing we are going to do is make down this area our stockpile area. Now we are going to need to cut some trees down. So if we go to orders, chop wood, try and chop down some of these trees and go from there. In the meantime, it looks pretty decent for food right now, etc. We're getting a decent one because it's got extremely low expectations. We've got you know, he doesn't like to be naked, so maybe we can try and get some clothes for him pretty quickly. We look on wildlife. We have quite a few different like yaks, donkeys, ibex bows, those we can kill squirrels, etc. But where is this lynx? Okay, this lynx is not too far away, so we want to keep an eye on that, otherwise we can possibly kill us, and that will be the end of the playthrough. Once it gets to about 50%, we'll go harvest some berry bushes. So right now, we'll go get him to harvest some of these berry bushes, just so that way then we can end up having some berries to survive on for a little. Unroofed spawns in 14 days. Perfectly fine. Alright, we'll get him to haul all that back straight away. And what we'll do, we'll get back to wood cutting. We got 56 berries. That should hold us off for a day or two. What we will be doing for the first construction is we'll just cut this off completely and whack a door here and here. In the future, we'll cut this off so a part of it can be a refrigerator. But for now, we'll cut this off as a storage area. And as we can see, during the construction of the wall for our storage, Coco is sleeping soundly on the ground for the night. With a well-rested Coco, he's back in action, chopping down trees and constructing the wall with the stockpile. So while all of that was going on, Coco managed to get his stockpile walled off and started to create his own bedroom, which is obviously going to be very nice to use. We are going to be trying to block off these choke points at some point soon. And as you can see up here, we have found some granite walls that we may start deconstructing to be able to maybe do some granite tiles or maybe even granite walls, just because obviously this is supposed to be a very strong material. Almost 4 times stronger than a wooden wall. So that'll be very helpful for like specific rooms and whatnot later on down the line. Since we're out of berries as well, we are going to be going to harvest some berry bushes. And then obviously we're going to continue, hopefully before he ends up going to sleep, get him to finish off his bedroom. Amongst all that, we also have a visitor that we will see whether they've got anything for us to trade. For now, we're going to cancel all of that and just get him to end up wood cutting down some more trees to be able to end up crafting our bedroom. Seems like the visitor is disappearing without us seeing what he's got. But right now we don't have much either way, so it's not really a big deal. We have a normal quality bed, a poor quality end table, and a poor quality dresser. At least Coco is going to be able to sleep soundly in the night. Plenty of warmth. While Coco was sleeping, we have a visitor here, a bulk goods trader along. And there's quite a lot of them, so if they're still here in the day and Coco's awake, we'll see if we can at least sell some of these marble blocks for something maybe. So as we trade, we do have a few things. We can sell the wood, and we can... I don't think there is anything that we can actually buy here. Maybe some herbal medicine. That could come in handy, to be honest. But wood that's easily able to dig, cut down. It's not too bad. At least we got some medicine. Back to chopping down a bunch of trees, I think. Seems like two of the travelers ended up having a mental break and rolling it out. Unfortunately, none of them fully died. Just while Coco goes for a little wander. Maybe we should also think about making some recreational things. So we'll get Coco to be able to make some recreational use. Well, we've gotten Coco to make the wooden horseshoe. Now we'll get him cutting down some trees. Maybe we should think about crafting a table. So that way then there is somewhere to eat his food. The good thing about this is that I've seen is you can actually just build a roof over this and it will count as eating indoors, in case you guys didn't know. While we're at it as well, before he ends up going to sleep, let's try and get a chessboard or two crafted. Probably don't need it right now, But why not just make them for when we will? And we have an Aurora. It's actually pretty nice. But the thing is, Coco is sleeping. So we're not really going to get too much of it unless he wakes up before it runs out. So as Coco wakes up, we'll get him to finish off at least one chest table for today. And as we can see, he's made a poor chest table. What are his stats looking like right now? He has now got full construction, which is actually pretty great. Hopefully, maybe we should just only have the one. So while we're at it, we will get a simple research bench complete and a dining chair, so that whenever anyone's sitting there, they get a nice little comfort buff. The good thing about building a dining chair is that it's, because of how long it takes to craft, it will give him a juiced amount of construction XP, which is actually very nice. And we'll have him finish off that, and hopefully he'll get that done by the end of the day. And now Coco will sleep once again, malnourished, because we have no food. That is something that I should probably keep an eye on. Luckily, it's only 12%, so it's nothing to be too worried about. Maybe we'll build him a bow before too long, and then just start hunting some animals. So the first thing we are going to get him to do is harvest all these berry bushes, because these berry bushes have been a lifesaver up until now, to be honest. Let's be realistic. Hey, you eat them berries right there and pick up all of the berries. Oh damn, he couldn't carry all of them. Which is kind of weird. Now we'll just start moving these stone chunks over here out of the way. Get him to grab the rest of the berries. Hopefully that will be plenty for a day. Maybe even 2. We should probably definitely look at getting some fields set up, you know? To end up being able to do some planting. But maybe we'll leave that for another episode. Today has actually been pretty productive, you know? We got a bedroom set up. We're getting a research table set up. We got a stockpile set up. And then maybe in the next episode, we are going to be looking at getting the rest of the recreational area set up. We don't really want to use too much of this area because we want to expand the storage out upwards a bit. So maybe we'll end up moving the recreational area over to here more, because this is where we'll probably build a kitchen, because this part here is going to be the refrigerator, and this part over here will end up just being storage, and then we'll build the rec room somewhere along the lines of over here. But for now, thank you guys for stopping by. Let me know what you guys thought if you want to see some more. I'm going to try and see how this colony does. And with me being a rookie, see how far we can get. See what random will end up throwing at us. Thank you guys for stopping by. Have a beautiful day. Peace out.